I want to thank you for your support, and I want to say that hii kiwanja, I've been to all AFCON since 2017. Hii kiwanja is only at par with 4 in Africa. 1 in South Africa, 1 in Senegal, 1 is being built in Rwanda, na hii yetu. So tuko kwa hiyo level kama ile ya Lusail ilikuwa Qatar. I want to thank you so much. Finally, Wakenya wote sasa, I had a debate with you and Waziri in March this year. Na March
We are calling this the Talanta Sports City, and Your Excellency, because we intend to develop this place into more than just a stadium. That is the total hectareage of the project. And this is intended to be a 60,000 capacity stadium. Those are the details, Your Excellency. This is the floor plan of how the project is supposed to be. One thing I wish to mention and point out to you, Your Excellency, is that some work had been done on this site. Some developments had been done here. And we have made effort to save everything that was developed here. We're going to have a total of 7 changing rooms, which is the top tier of the international requirements. These are the VVIP room. Again, under the FIFA requirements, we have been very particular in terms of dimensions, the quality of both the VIP and the VVIP areas.
Karibu Mheshimiwa Rais kuweza kuvuja the ardhi. Ataelekezwa na sergeant wetu kutoka the Kenya Defence Forces. Na tayari ameanza kuivuja ardhi kwa taratibu, akiliweka lile jembe sawia ili kuweza kuanzisha rasmi ujenzi huu. Tumpongeze kwa makofi Mheshimiwa Rais anapozindua rasmi siku ya leo hapa katika uga huu. Ni siti yetu ya kipekee. Makofi mazuri kwa Mheshimiwa Rais anapofanya kazi kwa ustadi kadri anavyoliongoza taifa. Thank you, Your Excellency. Ikiwa ni katika uga wetu wa Talanta Sports City, ambapo siku ya leo kwa heshima ya Mheshimiwa Rais tumevuja ardhi na anaondoa ule udongo kwa taratibu ili kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba ujenzi huu unaweza kung'oa nanga. Jinsi alivyofunga bao ndivyo anavyoweza kuondoa huo udongo kwa ustadi na kuweka kwenye gari. Moja wapo ya majukumu ambayo Mheshimiwa Rais anayatia fora ni upanzi wa miti.
Excellency, the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, CS Sports, my very good brother, Babu Namwamba, all the CSS and all the protocol observed. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for visiting Lang'ata again and putting up this huge project that will not only benefit the country, but also carry aspirations. So there's so many young men and women whose dreams are still based on talent. What we would request as a constituency, we border Kibra down this side and Dagoretti on this other end. When the contractor starts work, kindly, tunaomba vijana wetu wapewe kazi, wakue hapa wakifanya kazi kila siku.
On behalf of Kenya Defence Forces, Ministry of Defence, we have our Chief of Defence Forces, General Ogola, the Vice Chief of Defence Forces, Lieutenant General Mwangi, Army Commander, Lieutenant General Njiru, and our PS. We are here under your instruction just as the project managers. And we will make sure, Your Excellency, as before, with the contractor, that all will be done and the timelines will be maintained as per the AFCOM 2027. Thank you, Your Excellency.
With meticulous planning and granular attention to detail, we have spent 6 months of intense work behind the scenes to conceive and curate what promises to be truly an iconic landmark. Your Excellency, the stadium whose groundbreaking you have done today is a unique design that oozes a distinct Kenyan flavor. It has been curated to reflect the very best of Kenyan culture. It is a customized football-only design tailored for soccer, rugby, and elite concerts. It is a compact edifice curated to accentuate electric, passionate atmosphere that will always hand Kenyan teams that crucial 12th man advantage for every home game. The stadium is in sync with the green agenda that is so close to your heart, Your Excellency. And we have paid attention to details like renewable energy and made deliberate effort to fuse this development with botanical gardens and green spaces. The stadium ticks all FIFA and CAF requirements on size, on circulation of funds, on VIP and VVIP spaces, and all those details that FIFA and CAF are so keen on. It is a tech-savvy facility designed for top-level live TV broadcasts, VAR, goal line technology, comparable to the very best in the world. You can compare this to any facility in the world, and it will tick the boxes.
I want to thank you for your support. And I want to say that hii kiwanja, I've been to all AFCON since 2017. Hii kiwanja is only at par with 4 in Africa. 1 in South Africa, 1 in Senegal, 1 is being built in Rwanda, na hii yetu. So tuko kwa hiyo level kama ile ya Lusail ilikuwa Qatar. I want to thank you so much. Finally, Wakenya wote sasa, I had a debate with you and Waziri in March this year. Na matches za Harambee Stars ziko kwa TV. Matches za Harambee Stars ziko kwa TV. Matches zote za ligi mbili kila weekend ziko KBC for free for all Kenyans. Just from a small debate we had with you in March.
I believe we're ready for takeoff. As hosts, we need to be ready to go deep into the tournament. Of course, as Babu Namwamba said, we cannot be eliminated in the first round of a tournament we are co-hosting. And of course, we want takeoff so that our country can continue to produce the talent and the successful footballers long after the tournament is over. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the tasks that we have to grapple with. We need to put on a memorable tournament. We need to put together a team that lives up to the standard expected of a host. And we need to maintain production of talent long after we're done. Can we do it? Are we ready? Of course we can. I'm really pleased and honored that the President and your government, Your Excellency, you've thrown your full weight behind this project. You've committed to the upgrading of infrastructure that we need to host this tournament, and you've committed to a long-term plan to train talented young Kenyans so that our footballers and our sports people can take their place amongst the world's best. We in Nairobi County are especially thankful for your generosity as a national government in choosing us as the site of this talent city.
Our commitment to deliver a sustainable pipeline of formidable talent places us in a highly promising position with regard to future competitions. We can look forward to a strong performance from Harambee Stars on home soil. And I hope Harambee Stars are listening to me come 2027. Likewise, future Olympic and other international competitions will witness transformed Kenyan teams harvesting medals with renewed efficiency. As Babu has said, apart from this stadium that we are going to build here in a record under 2 years, I have agreed with the ministry, and that is why the Ministry of Sports is represented here, and the Ministry of Defense is also represented here, because we want this stadium to be built to world-class standards using military discipline. So I will expect our defense team, Aden Duale, the CDF, and your team, to make sure that all the timelines we have agreed are kept by the contractor, and I expect that there will be supervision every week and every 2 weeks, and I will be here myself every 3 months until this facility is completed. Kenya is a co-host, together with East African brotherly nations of Tanzania and Uganda, of the 2027 edition of the Cup of Nations, meaning that we will be participating in a continental and internationally accredited tournament, and also actually hosting a number of games here in Kenya and right here in this stadium. We have developed and are implementing with great determination the Sports and Creative Industry Infrastructure Development Master Plan. This is devoted to providing state-of-the-art competition and training facilities to comfortably host and facilitate world-class international competitions. It will also provide high-quality training facilities for our sports people and develop a countrywide network of talent incubation and development hubs. Evidently, AFCON 2027 is just the beginning of our nation's endeavor to become a regional, continental, and global center for sport development and competition. To get there, we are committed to invest intensively and strategically to upgrade various sport facilities, including the comprehensive renovation of Kasarani Stadium, as well as the construction of new modern premises and amenities. It is our intention to make AFCON 2027 a memorable continental showpiece, and we are literally working round the clock. If you visit the Kasarani Stadium, work is underway on a 24-hour basis to ensure that renovations are completed on a high standard, or to a high standard, by next year, well in advance of AFCON 2027. In fact, I have just confirmed from Minister Ababu that in fact that timeline has been reviewed, that Kasarani will be complete by end of this year. I am very, very delighted to be here with you as we break ground for the construction of this historic Talanta Sports City, a transformative project that is designed to redefine our nation's sporting profile and deliver an iconic facility and infrastructural development for this city and for our nation. In the bottom-up economic transformation plan and agenda for our country, we committed to facilitate our sportsmen and women and deliver adequate resources to develop every sporting discipline for Kenya to live up to its identity as a sporting nation. Among the necessary interventions set out in our plan were to return Kenya to international football, promote county-level leagues and inter-county championships, culminating in a national sport festival and dedicated finance for sport infrastructure development. I am happy to announce that we have delivered and continue to make progress in transforming Kenyan sports into a global, competitive, and highly lucrative national sector. This facility is not only going to serve our premier competitions, but also the grounds here will have opportunities for people from Gando and all these areas to also use the facilities in this stadium. The ministry should work in collaboration with the county government of Nairobi so that we can agree on how young people, sportsmen and women from these local villages here can also have access to use this facility so that we can grow talent from the local community here. And let me assure sportsmen and women that they are front and center in our plan to ensure that sports, and Kenya being a great sporting nation, that sports receives the requisite support, financial, policy, political, goodwill, support for our teams so that we can continue to take our place as a sporting nation in the world. To get to the top of global sport and creativity, we have to start at the bottom, right down to the foundation, which is infrastructure development. And that is why this groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the Talanta Sports City is therefore another step up the ladder of our bottom-up transformation of our sport and creative industry. And as the minister has said, this facility will be accompanied by the renovation in Kasarani. We will then proceed to renovation in Nyayo. The renovation in Buhungu Stadium in Kakamega will be underway to deal with our chance competitions. The renovation in Buhungu Stadium, the renovation in Kipchoge Stadium, and we are seriously considering another stadium in Mombasa. There was a huge debate as to whether we should have this facility here or we should have it in Mombasa. For reasons that I was persuaded, we decided that this facility will be here, but we will equally find a place in Mombasa to do a good stadium that will be a low-altitude stadium, which will both support our sportsmen in athletics and in other games to train at the low-altitude facilities in Mombasa. Let me commend the work that has been done over the last 6 months. I know many teams, they have met with me many times. We have gone back and forth because we wanted to make sure that the stadium is world-class, it will be built in record time, and it will be cost-effective. Because ultimately, we must account for every shilling that we spend from the coffers of the people of Kenya. I am also very proud that the team has also taken into account the position of Kenya as a great champion of matters renewable energy, environmental issues. Hosting UNEP here in itself is a big step and a major statement. And therefore, I am very happy that many of the trees here will not be cut down, many of them will be saved, and we will plant additional trees, as we have done again this morning. We recognize sport and creative industry as primary youthful sectors. Consequently, our sports and creative industry development strategy is intentional about leveraging the immense direct and indirect opportunities for job creation, for talent development, and for wealth creation for our young people in Kenya. We want every sporting discipline and creative endeavor to pay adequately and provide rewarding employment and other opportunities to talented people in Kenya. Under the Talanta Hela initiative, we have set out a sustainable program to identify, develop, and monetize sporting and creative talent. With the infrastructure plan, we are deploying resources from diverse arrangements, including public-private partnership, like to a good extent what's going to happen here, to develop and meet present and future infrastructure and inventory requirements. I invite stakeholders, including potential infrastructure development partners, to explore these opportunities and become part of Kenya's transformation in a world-beating sector. Our bottom-up economic transformation agenda acknowledges our country's youth bulge and approaches it as an unprecedented opportunity to catalyze a historic explosion of possibilities across our country. We are here today, therefore, to demonstrate this commitment by accompanying our promises with investment. The Talanta Sports City represents our determination in action to connect our youth to meaningful opportunities to explore their talent, give themselves an opportunity to train in modern facilities, and work with us towards winning the games that we are set out to engage in. Our journey to return Kenya into a global sporting powerhouse is firmly underway. Under the Talanta Hela initiative, the Kenya Academy of Sports has, within its first year of implementation, assembled a vast pool of impressive talent which have begun to feed to our national sporting teams, clubs, and academies with high-caliber sportsmen and sportswomen.